Have you ever stopped to think about why some people seem to multiply their wealth while others remain stuck in an endless cycle of financial frustration? What do people who invest quietly know that you haven't discovered yet? In today's video, I will reveal uncomfortable secrets about the world of investing that can completely transform your relationship with money. Watch until the end, and I guarantee you'll not only have a clearer vision of what's blocking your financial growth, but also the roadmap to overcome these barriers once and for all. The truth is that when it comes to investing, many of us are at the mercy of concepts we hear from others, outdated advice, irrational fears, and, even worse, our own inertia. It's very easy to get stuck, waiting for the right moment or waiting to have more money before starting. But today, I'll show you that these are exactly the reasons that are preventing you from growing. And believe me, the biggest mistake you can make is not investing wrongly. It's not investing at all. Let's get straight to the point. Many people spend their entire lives waiting for the perfect moment to invest. They look at the market, analyze every small fluctuation, read news about financial crises, and spend years postponing the decision to get in the game. This might sound familiar to you. How many times have you thought about investing but backed out because you thought the timing wasn't ideal? Or maybe you were afraid of losing the little you have. Well, know that waiting for the right moment is a dangerous illusion. The financial market, by its very nature, is volatile and uncertain. There will always be ups and downs. There will always be risks. And if you're waiting for a sign that it's time to start, that sign will never come. The truth is, the perfect moment simply doesn't exist. Let's remember a classic example: the 2008 financial crisis. During that time, many investors panicked, withdrawing their money from the market, believing they would never recover. However, what happened in the following years was surprising. The market recovered, and those who had the courage to keep their investments, or better yet, those who decided to invest during the chaos, reaped much greater rewards than those who panicked. That's because the market always fluctuates. It will always fluctuate. The real question you need to ask yourself isn't, when will the market stop fluctuating? But rather, am I prepared to deal with these fluctuations? Another important point: are you willing to face these fluctuations to eventually take advantage of the big rises? The market is not for those in a hurry. It's for those who have patience, discipline, and the courage to withstand moments of panic. If you wait for the perfect moment to start, it will never come. The best strategy is to start as soon as possible, regardless of current market conditions. Because the uncomfortable truth is, the earlier you start, the more time you'll have to let compound interest work in your favor. And the effect of compound interest is like magic. It's the most powerful tool for any investor. Think with me. How many times have you heard someone say, "Oh, if I had started investing 10 years ago, I'd be in a much better situation today." And that hurts, doesn't it? Because the truth is, there's no way to go back in time. But what you can do is act now. It doesn't matter if you think you're starting late. The important thing is that you start. The only thing worse than not investing is continuing to delay the start due to doubts or uncertainties. Because every day that passes is a day lost. And this brings us to a very important truth. The biggest mistake is not investing wrong. The biggest mistake is not investing. Now, you might be thinking, "But I don't have much money to invest." This is another myth that stops many people from starting. The belief that you need large sums to begin is false. In fact, the most important thing isn't the initial amount, but rather the fact that you start and the consistency with which you invest. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you start investing just $20 a month. Seems small, right? But over time, these small contributions combined with the power of compound interest can grow much more than you imagine. What really matters is the time your money spends in the market. The sooner you start, the more time you'll have for the effect of compound interest to work in your favor. Have you heard that famous saying? Time in the market is more important than trying to time the market. And that's one of the greatest truths about investing. The secret isn't predicting exactly when the market will rise or fall. The secret is staying in the market long enough to take advantage of these natural fluctuations and, in the long term, reap the rewards. It's not about making one big investment at once. It's about consistency. Investing consistently, even if it's a small amount, brings much more significant results than trying to take a big shot and bet everything at once. We live in an era where everything needs to be immediate. We want quick results, instant returns, and this mindset is extremely dangerous in the world of investing. Do you know why? Because true success in investing comes with time. It's not about making a big investment and getting rich overnight. Those who have been in the financial market for years know that consistency brings the best results. And consistency is something you can start building right now, no matter how much you have to invest. Let's imagine another scenario. You decide not to start now. You're going to wait another year, 2 years, maybe even more. When you finally decide to start, you'll realize that you've lost a lot of time and possibly many opportunities. The regret of not starting sooner is one of the most common complaints you'll hear from longtime investors. But again, there's no point in dwelling on the past. What matters is what you do from now on. If you're watching this video now, this is your chance to change your financial future. Because, believe me, the difference between those who build wealth over time and those who remain stuck in inertia lies in action. And when we talk about action, it doesn't mean you need to start big. Starting small with consistency is more powerful than trying to make a grand and risky move. You might be thinking, but I only have $10 a month to invest. Does that make a difference? The answer is yes. It makes all the difference. Because what matters is not how much you start with, but the fact that you start. And over time, these small contributions will grow, not only because of the money you're putting in, but also because of the habit you're creating. Creating the habit of investing is crucial for long-term success. And here's another uncomfortable truth. You will make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Even the best investors make mistakes. The difference is in how you react to those mistakes. Many people give up after the first stumble. They buy a stock that drops in value, and instead of learning from it, they give up investing altogether. But mistakes are part of the process. The market is unpredictable. The key is to learn from your mistakes and keep going. Every time you invest, you learn a little more about the market, about your own emotions, and about how to make better decisions. Now, do you know what another uncomfortable truth is? Success in the financial market doesn't just depend on your technical knowledge, but also on your behavior. You could be the greatest financial expert in the world, but if you let fear or greed dictate your decisions, your chances of success drastically decrease. That's why it's essential to learn to control your emotions. When the market drops, fear can make you sell everything and take heavy losses. When the market is up, greed can lead you to make risky and unnecessary decisions. The secret is to stay calm and follow your plan, regardless of market fluctuations. Another point that almost no one talks about is diversification. Have you ever heard the expression, "Don't put all your eggs in one basket"? This applies perfectly to investments. If you put all your money into a single asset or a single type of investment, you're taking a huge risk. Diversification allows you to spread your risks. If one asset falls, another can compensate. And diversification doesn't have to be complicated. You can start with index funds, which already diversify your money across multiple companies at once, or with small contributions to different types of investments like stocks, bonds, and real estate funds. Now, I want you to think about where you want to be in 5, 10, or 20 years. Do you want to be in the same place with the same financial worries as today? Or do you want to look back and see that you've built something solid, a wealth that gives you security and freedom? Because, believe me, if you don't take action now, in a few years, regret will hit again, and harder. And if you think investing is complicated, it's because you haven't taken the first step yet. Most of the people you see investing started the same way you are, with doubts, fears, and uncertainties. The difference is that they made a decision. They decided not to wait any longer. So, if you're waiting for a sign to start, consider this video your sign. It doesn't matter if you're starting with $10 or $200. The important thing is to start. Every dollar you invest today is buying your future. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about freedom. Freedom to make the choices you want in the future. Freedom to travel, to work less, to have more time with your family. Financial freedom is that being able to choose what to do with your time and your life. And of course, the path isn't easy. There will be drops, there will be moments of uncertainty, but the only way to build something lasting is through consistency. If you look at any great investor, you'll see that they didn't get rich overnight. They built their fortunes over decades, investing in a disciplined and patient way. So, the question you should ask yourself isn't, when is the best time to start? But, why haven't I started yet? The truth is, time will pass anyway. In 5 years, you could be in the same place, or you could be much closer to financial freedom. The choice is yours. What will determine your future isn't what you know now, but what you do with this information. So, if you want to start changing your financial life today, the time is now. Don't wait any longer. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of the next videos where I'll continue showing you how to build a solid financial future, step by step. And, of course, leave in the comments what your biggest challenge is in starting to invest.